Hi, I'm Gary White for Channel 6 Central Kentucky Television, and this is our Political Focus program where we give our viewers the opportunity to meet the individuals who are running, the candidates for the elections in both the primaries and then the general election. And today I have with me Marion Pulliam, who is running for county clerk. He is a Republican and does not have an opponent for the primary in May. But there are two Democratic opponents who will be in the primary, and whoever wins that will then run against Mr. Pulliam in the general election in November. So thank you for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Okay. And Mr. Pulliam, if you would just introduce yourself to our audience, tell them a little about yourself.
Okay, my name is Marion Pulliam. Most of you guys know me in this county. I've been here most of my life. I attended Nelson County High School, and when I left Nelson County High School, I went on to Indiana University and I acquired 2 degrees. Since then, I've been responsible for 1,000 employees, as well as just most recently ran a company where I was human resource manager and business manager. So I handled budgets, I handled managing people, and I think those are key qualities for the county clerk's position.
So tell us, if you will, explain to our audience, what is the job of the Nelson County Clerk?
They do multiple things. I mean, they collect taxes, as we all know. Hate to pay taxes, as everybody says. They also issue license, and they also, they maintain like court records, and the court records would be like, liens and deeds and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it.
Okay. And what made you decide to run for the position of county clerk?
I've had several people approach me. They knew that I was interested in getting more involved in Bardstown. Like I said, I'm a resident of Bardstown. I've been here most of my life. My family's been here for many, many, many years. And even sold real estate in Bardstown for almost 20 years for Marvin Green, a real estate company. And Marvin's like a mentor to me and like a second father. But to me, people were coming to me with different complaints, and those complaints I can pretty much relate to. And one example would be, and this is just one of many, accessibility. Okay, Nelson County Clerk's office is open Monday through Wednesday. I think it's from 8 to 4. And then Thursday and Friday, they're open till 5. Those of us who are taxpayers in Nelson County who works in Louisville, it makes it very difficult for us to be able to actually utilize the services of the Nelson County Clerk's office. I mean, it's hard to tell your boss we need to take off 2 hours early so we can run out to Nelson County and deal with the clerk's office. So my proposal is I want to open up the office on Saturday mornings from 8 to 12. And Phyllis Mattingly had done that years ago, and for some reason it got changed back. But I just think it needs to be available to all taxpayers in Nelson County, not just those residents who work in Nelson County.
So if you were elected to be Nelson County Clerk, what would you, which is a 4-year term, I believe, what would you like to see accomplished within your first 2 years of that 4-year term?
Well, there's several things. I think there's a disconnect between the Nelson County Clerk's office and the public. And I've seen this from different ways. People come up and approach me and said they had a bad experience at County Clerk's office. I posted something on Facebook, and I watched an argument between several people dealing with the county clerk's office about how they didn't feel like they were treated respectfully when they were in the office. They just felt like they were just a number, and they were asked to come in line when it was their turn. But they didn't feel like the people treated them like family. And in fact, we work for them. So it's our responsibility, to make sure they feel like we are solution-oriented people and that we are here to handle any problems they might have.
And what would you say are some of the challenges right now that face the Nelson County Clerk's office?
Some of the challenges is moving the Nelson County Clerk's offices into the future. Okay, into the present, I guess, actually the best way of putting it. Because you look at the office right now, Phyllis Mattingly trained Elaine Filiatcher. Elaine Filiatcher trained all the clerks out on the front line who are called the deputy county clerks. I feel like by bringing in new blood, new education, someone who can bring in new ideals, which will maybe bring us into a more effective, or a better service to our public.
And what would you say are the key qualifications that you bring to this job?
If you all saw my Facebook postings of my videos and stuff like that, I pretty much expressed this one. I think when you're looking for your Nelson County Clerk, be it me or whoever it might be, don't choose a person based on their political affiliation. Don't choose a person based on who they know or their friends, their family, or anything like that. Choose a person based on their education. Look at them for the work experience. Have they ever managed anybody? Have they ever managed a budget. I mean, Nelson County Clerk's office, they collect a lot of money. I mean, the millions of dollars. They collect a lot of money. And you need somebody who can actually manage that and manage the people within the office and do it effectively. I mean, Phyllis Mattingly used to be one of those people who would know anybody who walked in the door. She was willing to help out any way she could. You need somebody who's from Bardstown, someone who has the connections within the community, who's actually involved in the community, who gets involved in organizations in the community, which I do, and I'm sure my opponents do as well. But they need to be able to communicate effectively with you. So when you talk to that person, you need to know that they're hearing your story and they're taking your interest to heart, because they're the ones who's going to solve that problem for you. So they work, like I said, we work for you. You need to expect that of us.
Again, I'm talking with Marion Kelly Pulliam, who is running for the county clerk position. He'll be on the Republican ballot for the primary in May, and he is unopposed for that, and then will be in the general election in November. And Mr. Pulliam, as we wrap up, if you will tell our audience, why would you like for them to vote for you?
I would like you to vote for me for several reasons. Okay, one is, I mean, I'm from Bardstown. I've spent many years here either selling people houses, playing ball with them, going to church with them, whatever, maybe reading books to their kids in the school systems, which I've done that as well. Just getting involved in the community. Okay, first reason. Second reason is because I have the education. I mean, 2 degrees from Indiana University. I mean, I went out and got more education in order to be qualified for a position like this. And as well, I got the experience. I have managed people. I have actually had the full accountability of people. I'm not one who's just, watched somebody or maybe helped somebody. I had full accountability. So I feel that is very important in a position like this. It's not something you can take lightly, because if you do, you're going to be stuck with that person for 4 years. Okay, as well as, I feel like I'm a good listener. I'm a person who likes to solve problems. I'm a solution-oriented person. I've always been in that position. I mean, managing the amount of people I have managed in the past. I mean, the buck stops with me. I have to come up with solutions, and I've done it effectively.
Thank you very much for joining us for this.
Well, thank you, Gary, for having me on your show.
All right. Again, this has been Political Focus here on Channel 6 Central Kentucky Television. I'm Gary White.